Well, we have breaking news or breaking data. The Fed pivot is here. Everyone, let's celebrate. Cue the fire. Why would we want to be cueing the fire? That's a bad thing, Bravo. That's because it's all going to end really bad, which might be really confusing to you because you're like, I thought that, wait, did they come out and say Fed pivot? No, Fed didn't pivot. Well, in this video, I'm going to basically pull back the curtain. I'm going to show you how this all works. We're talking about the Fed, interest rates, where's the stock market going to go? I'm going to show it all. Well, I lied. I can't show it all because this is a PG channel, and trust me, you'd be very disappointed. But you're going to want to put on your thinking caps because I am going to make you smarter than the 400 PhDs that work at the Fed, and I'll actually explain to you how this whole thing works, and I don't even think they know. So in this video, pop the confetti. I'm going to show you the stock market, when it's going to go up and it's going to go down. I'll show you when, how, and why. Number two, I'm going to show you that the Federal Reserve does not control interest rates, and I'll prove it to you. And then in this video, boy, don't we just got a lot? I'm going to show you that the Fed doesn't print money. Oh my goodness, Bravo, which you're not going to get any of this from the mainstream media, even in college, unless you're in my college class. Then you'll get it. But other than that, you ain't getting it. You're not even going to get it from the Fed. They're going to lie to you because they have done that the whole time. They're going to dupe you. They're going to lie to you. They're going to confuse you. They're going to tell you they print money. And it's going to be very hard for me to do this. It is to convince you, because as Elon would say, which he actually stole this from someone, but that's okay. I won't say anything. Easy to fool people, but it's almost impossible to convince people that they have been fooled. You've been fooled. So I am here to do my best to unfool you, which is really hard because, and it's crazy because you guys are like, no, the Fed does. They said they print money. Well, when's the last? So you believe in the Fed now, right? Now all of a sudden you're on their side. No, Bravo, the mainstream media says that once the Fed pivots, then the market goes up. It actually does, but it actually goes up before, and then it crashes to like all-time lows. Wait, what? But not just that, there's more. Will you do me a favor? Will you look down? YouTube unsubscribes you. They hate me. Maybe it could be that my narrative is a little bit different than the Google AI system that's controlling everything. That sounded very tinfoil hat. And if for some reason you're like, oh, hey, maybe I should subscribe to this guy because he does seem like a clown, but I think he knows what he's talking about, which is really weird. And talking about weird, isn't it those people that you learn the most from? You're like, I think Steve Jobs talked about weird people, right? The outcast, the crazy ones. I know. Well, let me just explain. This is from U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, also called BIS or BLS. I just dropped the I or the L and it's just BS. They also have things called CPI. I call them CPI because, as you know, data can be changed. You just have to cook the books. So, as the Fed speak, they have now the ability to pivot if they chose to. Look, oh my gosh, CPI, December, negative. Oh my goodness, it's great. Everything's great. Well, they changed the way they created it or calculated it. Now they're basically front running and going, okay, we're just going to look really close at 12 months. And then that's what we're going to focus on rather than the long period of time. So it's going to go down a lot faster now than it went up. But it's okay. Don't even worry about this. Like if you're like, I'm so confused. Okay, let me just explain. The Federal Reserve does not control interest rates. They say they do, but they don't. You want to know what controls interest rates? That would be the bond market. Yes. And the bond market is maybe 4 times, maybe 5 times, 3 times, something bigger than the stock market. The worldwide bond market, all the countries buying bonds. It's not the Fed. It's not, Janet, although she does help at creating them. It's the bond market. And, okay, here we go. This was a TLT play that I took out, 6 months ago? I don't even know. In an inflation, okay, clear your brain. Inflationary environment, TLT is going to go down, regardless of what the Fed does. I'm going to say it again. TLT, this is your bond market. If you want to buy it, not financial advice, just paper trade it. Click TLT and click buy. When it is inflationary environment, whatever the world is creating to create inflation, which they did, and it's not Fed go burr. Just like the price of eggs going up has nothing to do with Jerome going burr. But in an inflationary environment, which we just went through, and we are going out of, now we're in a disinflationary, which people are like, wait, do you see the price of eggs? Okay, stop cherry picking, Sandy. And if you would like to make money from this, understand these cycles. It's pretty simple. So inflationary cycle, bond or TLT goes down. Disinflationary, it goes up. So that is the macro environment. And also don't confuse macro environment with trading the charts. Otherwise, you'll lose money like I did. And this is what happens when you drink too much with your bond and macro friends, and they're like, oh my gosh, the bond market's down 23%. What a steal. And then I'm looking at the charts and I'm like, that's the biggest head and shoulders I've ever seen. And then your macro friends are like, oh no, there's no way that it's gonna play out. It played out. But I'm fine because I believe the whole system is disinflationary. I am sorry. It just is. That was your double bottom. That is almost a 200-day moving average. Congratulations, bond market. Here we go. And then after April Fool's Day, I get to close. That's when I took out that position. I get to close that position because it's more than a year and that's tax thing. Long story. Okay, so now you understand the bond market is in control of everything. Nowhere in this is Jerome. Nothing. Not at all. Also, I'm going to show you, this is how you make money, like TLT. You can play this. I was like, that's probably a good opportunity to get in, and you go up. Wait till we go above the 200-day moving average. Also, riddle me this, Batman. If currently, I'll do it here. If we're in a tightening cycle, why yields drop 21% in a tightening cycle? This is weird. Well, that's because the Fed is not in charge of interest rates. Sorry, not at all. Do you think, like, people think they have this lever, like, because of their Fed's funds rate. Okay, congratulations. I could go to a bank right now. They don't really even care. And if I were to go to that, because it's based on the bond market. It has nothing to do with the Fed. If I were to go to take out a loan, my loan now, today, is a hell of a lot cheaper than it was when the tightening cycle started. Well, I'm lying a little bit September. I mean, look at rates. And if you understand, here, let me help you on how to make money from all of this. Do you see what's happening right here? This, right, is a triangle. This triangle is either going to break to the upside or the downside. My bet, like the same bet I took out yesterday for $4.99 on sale, the good old SPY, that would be the ticker symbol. But I'll change my mind, okay? Just to let you guys know, I'm not going to miss out of this. We're above the 200, good swing, everything good. I'm going long, and if it reverses and it goes below that line, I close my position and I lose that much money. What I would like the S&P 500 to do is come up just like it did, okay? Come down, retest, and then go higher. But if for some reason it goes, no, I don't like this, right? And it drops below that one, falls, comes up, retests, and drops again, I'm out. And then at that point, I move this line down here, all right, there, okay? And that would be, I right click short or sell. I make money going down. You see? I make money going up and I make money going down. Also, if you want to follow along, because this is very confusing, that's because you need school. That's why I created school for you. I know, yes, I teach university, but that'd be like $5,000 for a stupid class. And then the kids would all show up and I'm like, okay, guys, we're talking economics, but scratch that. I'll teach you how to make a lot of money. But just in case you want to do it at home, link in the description, 70% off my swing trading course. If you're new, you want to learn how to swing, then when you're done with that one, you go into my bear market course, which I don't know why I just went Texas on y'all, but you can make money going down. And that is also 70% off because it's dry January. Or if you really have the cojones, you could do all of them, where I teach you how to sell little junk on Amazon and eBay and start your own companies and then trade equities for $199 for three payments or four, I don't know, maybe four. Link in the description. Oh, and another thing, if you can't find the description, you shouldn't be trading. So please stop hitting me up in the comment section. I mean, I love conversing with you, but your tool, right? It's pretty dull. You could just hang out with the sharp ones in the shed. And also, I just want to take this time just to show you that I am an idiot, but I'm not an idiot. Okay, because I'm very well aware. If you guys also dumb money, if you send me a mint trader, represents where we're currently at. We are in the, oh my gosh, everything's great, fine, stock market's gonna go all-time high. I just want you to know that these are your dumb money plays, right? Right at the top. So I just want you to be aware I am as dumb as I look, right? And usually when we get up there, well, not usually, but a whole hell of a lot of times, right? What happens? Market sells off. Not so much in this, right? What happened there? And it took a little bit. Market sold off. Dumb money comes in at the top. Market sells off. Dumb money comes in right here. Market sells off a little bit later. So I just want to take a commercial break here to let you know I'm not a complete idiot, even though I look like one. Okay, so now back to interest rates. Here's your 10-year. This is what when you buy a car or a house, usually what it tracks. You see, it's a lot lower than it just was. Okay, here, and this is what the Fed follows. They don't control it. They don't sit there with a lever. I mean, if they would have, this thing would be going up, but it's not. And isn't the Fed supposed to be at 5% your next hike or whatever, and you're at 4.1 right now? Wow, what a quandary. You see, what everyone is doing is everyone's running to the bond market because people think it's disinflationary. So they go to bonds, which pushes the yield down, okay? Buy bonds, yield goes down. I think we're in a disinflationary environment worldwide, going into a recession, possible depression. What is that? You think that's inflation or deflation? Okay, now let's talk about the Fed printing money, their balance sheet, how it affects the stock market, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so here we go. Where does money come from? Yeah, you walk into a bank and you say, I want a loan. Poof. Money just got created. But Bravo, you don't understand. I know the hidden secrets of money. I know it comes from the bond market. No, it doesn't. Also, the balance sheet, wasn't that easy? Like, go walk into a bank. I want a loan. And they just create it out of thin air. It's an asset to them. It's a liability to you. Pay them back with interest. That's it. It's just digits on a screen. Also, the Fed's balance sheet. This is not money either. I know, isn't it crazy? You're like, oh, no. You want to know why it's going this way? That's because the bonds are just rolling off. 3-year, 3-month, 20-year, 10-year. They're just expiring. That's it. And I know for a fact you've never received a check from the Federal Reserve because they don't. Oh, here you go. Here's some money. Here's some money, kids. No. Also, go back to 2007, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way back to forever. Nothing. Even though interest rates go up, interest rates go down. Governments print money. Well, what happened? And actually, if you want to know what happened, they just created a ledger. And also, why I know this is horrible. I shouldn't know this kind of information. I forget my kids' birthdays. And I know this stupid stuff. Let me help you. The Janet creates a bond, right out of thin air. It's a sheet of paper. Anyone want this bond? $100, $1,000. This is how it all plays out, okay? Watch where there's money created. Well, actually, that kind of is as a bond, because everything could be, seashells could be like, that's money. It doesn't matter. Bitcoin, money, gold money, silver money, whatever you guys want to use, you can use it as money. I am okay with that, but they create a bond. And then they say, does anyone want to buy this bond? And no one does. That would be you because you don't understand how the system works. So your bank goes, we will buy that bonds. And guess what money they use? They use, let me come over here. You hear it? Hear it? They use your money, okay? Your money that you deposited in your savings account or your checking account. They use your money to buy the bond. They go, here, Janet, here's Michelle's money. Go ahead. Now the bank has that bond, and then the bank flips it onto the Fed's balance sheet and it runs off. But before they do that, they create what's called a reserve. It's nothing. It can't be used outside of that little system. I call it a Chuck E. Cheese token. It's nothing. They call it a reserve and they flip it. That's it. And then it rolls off. And then the interest has to go back to Janet. It's just a big, huge, I call it a Ponzi scheme. My bond friends say it's not. But what I will tell you is they need to start doing is creating a whole lot more bonds right now. Janet's begging. right? To give to the people. That's how they do it. Create bonds, swap, give money people, whatever, stimmies, Social Security, Medicare, Medi-Cal, Medicaid, all of that. The only problem is you got to pay it back in your taxes, which it's like, oh, we'll give you $1 over here, but then we'll take $1.50 over there, right? You got to pay $246,000 for that $31 trillion of that whole bond shenanigan game, which that's all going to end because we're at 121% of debt to GDP. That means you're not making any money and the economy's in a recession. Well, I'm sorry. They changed that one also. We'll probably never be in a recession ever. But I will tell you that this system will end. I mean, 1.5 trillion, 2 trillion. Dude, I'm just rounding up for good measure. They're spending 2 trillion more than they take in. And guess what they're going to do next year? Ta-da! Same thing. Doesn't matter what politician is in. A politician will not save you. I know. There's some people out there that'll really get your blood going, either one side or the other, but they're not going to do anything about the Fed either. Well, because the Fed really doesn't do anything. But if you think they do, that's okay, right? Santa Claus, if you believe you receive, you could believe whatever you want. I'm showing you how the entire system is all set up, and people still give me a hard time. Okay, this is currency, gold and silver is money, right? Well, I don't know. What system are you playing in? If you're in jail, cigarettes is money. I don't think walking around with a bar of gold, you're like, look, everyone, I have money. They're like, yeah, no, we don't want that. But now on to the market, the stock market. Is it going to go up or down? My answer is yes. And I get a lot of emails, right? You guys are in my watch list. Those of you that are signed up, also price going up on the watch list on the bear market. Okay. Bull market, swing trade. No, that went up. So you're locked in. You're also grandfathered. So if you do my bear market for $20 a month, you are locked in. And I bump price to the same as my other one, you're okay. Also, I know it says 100, like some people get confused. If I do outside marketing and people are like, this is a lot of value, right? But they don't come to my channel, that's okay. And just know, I have a goal to get it up to 100. We all have goals, right? This year, I want to lose 10 pounds. Didn't work last year either, which means I should probably set my goals a lot lower than I can. Very achievable. Half a pound. Maybe if the scale moves at all in the downward direction, we win. But also you will lose if you follow what the mainstream media is saying about Fed pivot and all this. But I'm going to show you right now. Fed pivot shouldn't signal. This is from BlackRock. We all trust you, BlackRock. A Fed pivot shouldn't signal the all clear to investors. Okay. And then I read all this and I don't know. I have no idea what you're saying because I speak in charts. I don't understand those other things. Even words. I struggle with words. Charts, I'm like, oh, hey, look at that. Now look at this. And I've gone over this. I'll do this in under 10 seconds. When the Fed pivots, okay, the markets will front run the Fed, which I think might be getting ready to happen. And I want to take advantage of it. Okay, so there you go. There's my macro. I'm not going to lose out on this one, but the charts are telling me, so I follow the charts. But I think that's what's going to happen. I think the market's going to rip higher, and then it's going to crash. Okay, so for those of you that are like, you've been saying the market's going to crash, it will. Okay, Stan, I want to make some money up, and then I'm going to make some money down. So every time after the Fed pivots, down 17%. This is the stock market, the beautiful beauty pageant that you guys all participate in, which you should also learn about the bond market, inflation, deflation, TLT, right? Goes up, go down. You're always having to be moving money. That's just the way the system is. Down 36%, down 48%, 27%. I mean, 58%. And then recently, remember when the Fed, I'm getting all excited. When the market dumped 35%, the Fed actually brought rates down to zero. And I will show you. Actually, I'm looking at that. Are we up today? I don't even care. It's fine. We're up. Okay. Johnny Bravo's up today. It's okay. We're still waiting. I'd like for it to go down, retest, and then go higher. Going all the way back. We're going to go all the way back. Remember? Oh, that was it. Everyone got really scared. Okay, so up here, market crashed. Why did the market go up right there? At that point, on that day, the Fed, the Federal Reserve, Jerome, took interest rates from wherever it was at to zero. Dump, dump, dump. The market responded, rallied above the 200, and then went all the way down to here. This is when they took rates to zero, up here. Why did it drop? This is so confusing. And you want to know what fixed it? I'll tell you what fixed it. That would be Janet or Jerome at the time. They switched hats. And they're like, print bonds. We're going to make lots of bonds. They take the bonds and then they give it to the people in things called the CARES Act, in whatever act, whatever act they're currently on, 3 trillion, 4 trillion, 5 trillion, 10 trillion, to the people. Where do you think the people put the money? Yep, well, they lost it because they think they should buy and hold, which they should have bought and then sold. Hey, that kind of rhymed. And where did Johnny Bravo get in? I got in right about there. That's about the day that I also launched my swing trading course, because you're like, how do I take advantage of this? I'm like, hurry up. I don't like my bear market. They're like, I'm like, okay, here. My courses are usually done in panic because I know how to do this stuff, but then you don't. And you're like, please create the bear market right now. I'm like, okay, here. I launched one course. I didn't even have a video up and the course was launched, which was the same thing with my swing trading. I'm like, okay, the emergency. But big picture, I need you to understand how to make it up and how to make it down. So start with swing trading up. Bear market down. One's easy. The bear market a little bit more difficult because we draw lines and you're like, oh, that's a triangle. Okay, what happens? Then I say, I don't know. It's a 50-50. But Head and Shoulders is about 80%. So make sure you don't do what I did. Also, I have articles showing that everyone that got involved in this rally, they've already lost it all. They are out, kaput, gonzo, and everyone is mad. Well, actually, they already did that. They did the panic, anger, depression, disbelief. You might even be in the disbelief. I don't know. And then we go up and you're like, gosh, why do I miss this every time? That's because you don't do my watch list. You didn't take my courses, nothing. You're just following whatever Jim Cramer says. Or you're a professional knife catcher like Scott here, who's like, hey, maybe we should do natural gas and see if we can catch this knife coming down. That's probably not a good idea there, Scotty. Also, the buy and hodl mentality. Today, down 5%. The week, 7%. 1 month, 35%. 6 months, 6%. Just buy and hold. Year to date, 25%. 1 year, 16%. I mean, look at this bloodbath. Just breaking through all levels. Wait, I thought winter is here, right? Everyone's dying. See everyone front run at $10, and now it's at 3, and then 2, and then 1. And I just say, just wait for confirmation. That's it. Look, let me turn on the line. Here's my Bravo 9, just for you. And if you are in Texas, just for y'all. Let me turn this off. I don't see why you need that one. You only need me. That's it. I'll even get rid of my 200 that still stays up in white. Here, clear. See? Huh? Did you get above it? No, you didn't. And I think this is going to be one of the most sweetest swing trades. You just have to wait. And I know we're below the 200. And if you're in my swing trading course, that is my rule. Sometimes I break rule. But just know it's a trader's market. Don't they say all rules are meant to be broken? All right. Look at this, you guys. Just wait. You've already crossed. There, the MACD, we're almost there. Let's go. Your RSI is too low, though. I want to see that. It's no. But we're getting there. And for those of you that know how to trade, you get what I'm saying. Like right now, come on. Give me one. Get up, get right above that. And let's do this. Let's make fun of all the people in gas that lost 67%. And also, let me zoom in so you can see it. See, one candle, okay? No? We're getting really close. Today was a close call. Look, you got a little wick. Someone put in a random market order. Don't ever do market orders. Above it. Nope, failed. And I know this is not breaking news, but I don't want you to be a fool. I don't want you to be duped. I want you to subscribe. You could even hit the like if you're feeling a little giving. It is my wife's birthday. Maybe give her a like. Scratch that. Don't do that. Easy to fool people, but it's almost impossible to convince people that they have been fooled. So I will help you out of maybe that rut that you've been in, all that programming that's been going on in your brain since you went into an institution that they call school. But thank you guys for making it to the very end. I love you. And I was going to say I'll see you at Davos, but I think that's over, right? See you tomorrow.